Hey guys, welcome back to Judo Highlights. So we'll have a look at HOJO Yoshito and his performance. Pretty amazing. He's never lost on the International Judo Tour yet. So he's been to the Asian Games, a Grand Prix, and now a Grand Slam. So slowly leveling up, and he's been pretty dominant. I haven't seen him have many problems yet. It's usually the people who are fighting him that just really struggle to deal with his short stature and strong legs and back. Now have a look at this. This is his first round, and he's got really smooth newaza passing. Some of the transitions he gets, I mean, he just slices through people like butter. But anyway, that's round one. Yokoshi Hogatame for Ippon. Round two, he was up against Svidrak from the Ukraine, and there were lots of attacks from HOJO, but just struggled to get him on his back. Svidrak had some good defense at times. And then one thing you'll notice about HOJO is, you know, he'll go into these situations and you think, oh, someone's going to go sumigaishi and counter him, but he's really strong in these positions that people are, you know, usually pretty weak in. And here he is. Look at this. How often do you see this? Jumping on the back, looking for something. So very skilled on the ground, and you can just tell, because he's so short, he's had to learn to be skilled in these areas that people are usually really weak in. Now look at this, just a mat return, tying up the leg, just trying to look for something on the ground. But I mean, when you see this, it's not getting a score. He looks really aggressive, and then he's really good at this, smothering people's sumigaishi or tomoinage attempts, and then look at this, sliced right through the guard of Svidrak. Now, in my opinion, Europeans have really good newaza. And I was just really surprised to see how easy HOJO got through these people and just held them down. So round two, another Yokoshi Hogatame for Ippon. And this was a big test in the next round, up against Karapetayan. And from what I've seen, Karapetayan, he's got pretty good newaza as well. But once again, just really surprised what HOJO did to him. So you see here, he gets a turnover, eventually rolling him over, and then securing the upper half. And now watch how smoothly he passes through these legs. And it is difficult when you're up against a shorter guy as a taller person and they've got big strong legs. Their ability to kick out of your guard is just so incredibly good. And now Karapetayan, he does very well to get out of this, but HOJO gets a wazari for this, and then he just goes back to doing more of the same. And I was kind of surprised to see this, but Karapetayan actually gives up in this newaza sequence. So once again, goes to the ground. And have a look at this transition. I mean, this just reminds me of the early days. It's one of the first things your teachers tell you, whether it be judo or BJJ. You know, putting the elbows on the legs or the hands pushing down on the thighs to pass the guard. And you can see Karapetayan, he's just can't believe what happened to him. So next up, into the semi-finals now. In this video, it's kind of making HOJO look like a newaza specialist, and he is, but he's got some really good throws as well. And just defensively as well. I mean, he can go down for drop seoi-nages, look like he's going to get countered, and just somehow pull out a kochi makikomi or an ochigari. Have a look at this for wazari. Just a really nice kosoto. Now he's in Park 24, which is where Kohara Kenya is, and he's got an amazing one of these as well, so I'm not sure if he's got any pointers from him. But that was a beautiful kosoto. Now this is what I mean by the defense when he goes in for attacks. Goes for a seoi-nage here, turns it into an ochigari as he's about to kind of get countered. So really strong in these kind of seemingly weak positions. Look at this, a massive uranage. Actually, maybe yokoguruma is a better name for that technique. And now, a wazari on the board. And this is kind of a strategic play by HOJO. He doesn't go for any throws here. He just stays in a strong position with the kumikata. Now, personally, I prefer to see this than people dropping down for techniques, because Shubanaza in white, I mean, he has all the opportunities here to launch his attack, get something going, and HOJO's kind of giving him, well, not really giving him that opportunity, but it's fair play, if you know what I mean. So anyway, we'll get into the final now, and this is HOJO against Borchashvili. Wachid Borchashvili. I know there's two of them in the same weight category from the same country, so try not to get that confused. I often do. Now you can really see the size difference, and this was good to see in the beginning because Borchashvili, he threw, it was either 2 or 3 people throughout the day with his kataguruma, so HOJO defended that well. And of course he is. I mean, someone with the stature of HOJO, it's going to be really hard to throw him with drop seoinages, katagurumas. I think if anyone's going to throw him, it's going to be with some sort of ashiwaza and uchimata, maybe a running ochigari. I don't think we'll see it, but him versus Nagase would be quite an interesting contest. But I mean, when you think about a lot of the competitors at under 81s, there's not too many people that have got those tools. So, I mean, HOJO, I think he does well against a lot of guys, and it's going to be good to see who he matches up with in the future. Now, once again, I mean, look at this. He's just doing what he does to everyone, and it's absolutely incredible. Borchashvili definitely knew coming into this is exactly what he's going to do. Now, he almost escaped, but HOJO doing a good transition here. And now they do have a little mistake with the timer here. You can see the timer's still going, but Borchashvili has retained guard. It's kind of hard to see. And then they wave it off, but he's immediately back into the osaikomi. And they forget to put the timer back on, but I mean, this is a great win by HOJO nonetheless. So 100% win rate on the IJF tour. We'll see where he goes, but I really want him to just step it up in competition, put him against the likes of Grigolashvili. That would be insane to see. But you can kind of see, you know, with the expression on his face, sorry, you know, I think he's starting to believe. I don't think he really imagined that he would be in this position. I mean, just last year he wasn't a part of the team, right? So, insane stuff. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.